Bradley Walsh has always been the kind of man who can make a room feel lighter just by walking into it. A natural entertainer, with that mischievous grin, the quick one-liners, the warmth that seems to wrap around you like a familiar blanket. For years, families across Britain have watched him bring joy to screens with the ease of someone born to do it. But even the brightest stars can face moments when their glow flickers. Moments that remind us that behind every public smile is a private life, a private art, and a private battle. And this is the story of one such battle. It began quietly, almost unnoticeably, like a faint whisper in a crowded room. Bradley's son, a young man known for his calm charm and that same spark in his eyes his father carries, hadn't been feeling like himself. He'd shrug off the fatigue, laugh off the discomfort, and insist everything was fine. Classic young adult bravado. If life handed him hurdles, he insisted on sprinting straight through them. But parents see things. Especially parents like Bradley and his wife, a couple whose connection has always been this effortless mix of gentle affection, playful teasing, and a kind of teamwork that makes even ordinary days feel cinematic. Bradley noticed the changes first. The quiet moments, the half-hearted smiles, the way his son's energy dipped like a fading light. His wife felt it too. That instinctive tug in a mother's heart that says, "Look closer, something's wrong." So together, with that steady blend of love and concern, they convinced him to get checked. What followed was a blur. Tests, appointments, the tense waiting that makes every minute feel like an hour. And then finally, the news. A diagnosis. The kind that drops like a stone in the middle of a peaceful lake, sending shock waves through everything. The room fell silent. Bradley, the man who could joke his way out of anything, suddenly found himself without words. For a moment, he stood frozen, a father staring at a reality he never imagined. His wife gently reached for his hand, grounding him, anchoring him the way she always had. Through the years, through the fame, through every challenge, she had been his calm in the chaos. And that day, he needed her more than ever. Their son, brave as ever, gave a small smile and said, "We'll get through this." Somehow, even then, he was the one comforting them. Word of his health struggle eventually reached the public, but only after the family took time to breathe, to process, to pull together like the tight-knit unit they've always been. Bradley released only a brief statement, speaking from the heart, thanking fans for their kindness, asking for privacy, and promising that his family was moving forward with hope. What the world didn't see were the quiet, intimate moments behind closed doors. Bradley pacing the living room at night, whispering prayers into the dim light. His wife sitting with her son during appointments, her hand resting on his arm, steady and reassuring. The family dog curling up beside them as if sensing the emotion in the home. The three of them sharing old stories, laughing at childhood memories, reminding each other of better days and brighter ones still to come. Their home, once constantly filled with laughter, transformed into a place of soft strength, a place where love wasn't just spoken, it was lived in every act of care, every shared meal, every hug that lasted a little longer than usual. Bradley stepped back from work. No hesitation, no second thinking. Family first. Work could wait. Jokes could wait. The world could wait. He didn't disappear completely, but his friends and colleagues often heard from him, and when they did, they described him as determined. Worried, yes, but focused, driven, motivated by the kind of love that can lift mountains. And in the midst of it all, Bradley and his wife rediscovered something beautiful between them. Not something new, but something strengthened. A deeper appreciation, a deeper closeness, the kind born from facing storms side by side. They'd make each other laugh even on the hardest days, trading jokes only they understood, reviving that spark that made them fall for each other in the first place. It wasn't dramatic or flashy, just simple affection, small glances, warm hugs, whispered reminders that they were in this together. Their son, inspired by their unity, fought with remarkable courage. He joked with the nurses, made light of appointments, and even teased his dad about how emotional he'd become. And Bradley, well, he didn't deny it. Not this time. He'd laugh, rub his eyes, and answer with something like, "I'm allowed one moment. Just one." But pride radiated through him in every word, every look, every step he took into those treatment rooms. He saw strength in his son that he didn't know was possible, and it pushed him to be strong too. The support that poured in from fans was overwhelming. Thousands of messages, letters, drawings, stories shared by people who had faced similar battles. Many said that Bradley had gotten them through tough days with his humor, and now it was their turn to return the favor. Bradley read them, every single one, sometimes with tears, sometimes with laughter. Each message felt like a warm hand on the family's shoulders. And through it all, this family grew even closer. They cooked together. They watched old movies late into the night. Bradley and his wife would dance in the kitchen while making tea, much to their son's embarrassment and amusement. They built a new routine, one made up of resilience, hope, and the kind of love that refuses to back down. The future was uncertain. They knew that. But they also knew something else, something stronger, something unshakable. They were not facing it alone. They had each other. They had their friends. They had the support of countless people cheering them on. And most importantly, they had hope. Not the loud, dramatic kind, the quiet, steady kind. The kind that keeps people moving one day at a time. And that is where the Walsh family stands, together, united, taking each new challenge as it comes, armed with humor, love, and the belief that brighter days are ahead.